So something that I want to start doing more this year is being a little bit more active on YouTube, just getting on here for 2 to 3 minutes and kind of just explaining some topics that come to my head. So the first thing that I want to talk about is mobility training. So with mobility, I think a lot of people just think about like sitting in passive stretches for a prolonged period of times, or maybe you're just, using a TheraBand and stretching out your hamstring, which like those aren't bad options to start with if that's where you're at in your current level of fitness. But eventually we want to start training in our end range positions. Okay. So thinking about that muscle as being stretched as far as it can. And then what can we do from that position? Because when we look at a lot of athletes, like a lot of sport is played at extreme ranges. So we want to make sure that one, we're durable in those positions, but also number two, that we can express some strength in those positions. Okay, so if you followed me for a little bit now, you probably know that I use a lot of functional range conditioning principles with training myself and even my athletes. And so usually I'll sprinkle these in the warm-up, but something that I've done more recently that I really enjoy doing is sprinkling them in our main lift. So what I'll do is, let's say an athlete is really struggling with hip external rotation. So maybe when we're doing our box squats or we're doing our sumo deadlift or whatever our main lift is for that day, and our intent level is already high, I'll then sprinkle in those like external rotation lift-offs or maybe some overcoming isometrics, because that muscle's already primed, and also just the overall level of engagement from the athlete is already high. So you might get better results this way than just trying to force it down their throat in a warm-up. Okay, so when we think of mobility training, think of it as how well you can move, your movability. Okay, and so we want to make sure that we're always trying to train our end range, as well as trying to actually be able to express strength or express some power attributes from those end range. So yeah, that's what we want to think about when we think of mobility. Hopefully this helped. Leave a like, comment down below if you enjoyed this, as well as anything you might want me to talk about moving forward.